but need to start winning if they're going to have a say in the title race. Everton too have invested heavily in a bid to win the championship. Tottenham Hotspur against Everton then is our featured game. And as usual, we have the action and goals from a packed First Division programme. But first to White Hart Lane. Your commentator is Martin Tyler.
On the day of the World Cup draw, the top scorer in the 1986 finals is surrounded by reminders of the past. When Gary Lineker made his mark in Mexico, he just scored 40 goals in his only season with the club he faces this afternoon, Everton. Pat van den Hauwe was a teammate then, as he is in different colours now, a member of Everton's championship-winning sides of 1985 and 1987. He left for Tottenham only 3 months ago. Van den Hauwe has recovered from the flu bug, which has affected a number of this side. Goalkeeper Erik Tortsved is feeling pretty good, though. He's just been named Tottenham's Player of 1989. Paul Gascoigne will be looking to prove England wrong to drop him from the squad to face Yugoslavia in 4 days' time. Everton's Tony Cottee has also lost his way internationally because his club place hasn't been secure. Today, Cottee lines up alongside Graham Sharp for only the second time this season. It's disappointing for Everton. Between them, Sharp and Cottee have managed only 3 goals this season. Everton have had to ring the changes so often, due partly to injuries, but also erratic individual form. But for Colin Harvey, the luxury of naming an unchanged side today. This is the team which beat Coventry last week, when the number 2, Ray Atterveld, the Dutchman, made his first appearance. Kieran Barrett was a goalkeeper on the books of Coventry City before turning to refereeing. Both sides at the moment in mid-table, but so topsy-turvy is this First Division season. They can still harbour genuine ambitions to win the championship. They met in the second game of the season, in fact, at Goodison Park. Everton won 2-1 that night, but there wasn't a great deal between the two sides over the 90 minutes. Mitchell Thomas wearing number 2, but playing at left-back for Tottenham. Everton sure to concentrate their energies on keeping Gary Lineker away from their own penalty area. Graham Sharp through the centre against Steve Sedgley. Sharp was a member of Scotland's World Cup squad in 1986. He too will need an improvement in his domestic form to be in that international shop window in a few months' time. Spurs, in fact, have lost their last 2 league games here to Wimbledon and Derby. In trouble here if Everton can build through Peter Beagrie down the left-hand side. Beagrie loves to turn and twist and has been accused of dwelling too long on the ball rather than delivering the cross. It's McDonald who tries a much earlier aim. That's offside. Van den Hauwe just appreciating that it wasn't a throw after all, and that he can drive the ball upfield, he chooses to do, from the free kick. Always a big day when players face a former club, and Van den Hauwe telling me before the game he was really relishing this match. In fact, Everton refused to sell Pat van den Hauwe to Tottenham until after the meeting between the two clubs back in August. Sheedy, good running from midfield by McCall. And the shot was taken first time by Cottee. It's quite a purposeful start, this, by Everton. Cottee didn't connect as cleanly as he wanted. Back in his native London. Torsvet not called upon to make the save. Thomas. Samways. Stewart. And the two number 9s in a jarring collision there. There was talk earlier this season that Tottenham were interested in signing Graham Sharp. I don't think Paul Stewart would have been too pleased to read any of that speculation in the newspapers. But I think there was a little bit more in it than just tittle-tattle. Thomas, and that's easy for the goalkeeper. The appeal for Tottenham in having a look at Graham Sharp was that they might be able to reunite him with Gary Lineker. The two had a very special season together in Everton blue. Here is Sharp. Sheedy. Donald taking over from Beagrie this time. Sharp would prefer the ball delivered earlier like that, but Sedgley saw it coming, and oh, there's a slip by Mabbutt. Cottee scores! With 12 minutes gone, Everton have struck at White Hart Lane. Gary Mabbutt lost his balance. Tony Cottee got the chance and took it. Typical piece of instinctive finishing by Cottee. Everton lead, and Cottee is just beginning to piece his season together after a very frustrating start. Oh, McCall was very brave, he's hurt. But Everton go on with John Ebrell, blocked by Sedgley. And the referee will want the ball to go out of play, I think. And he'll blow now. And the book is coming out for a caution for Mitchell Thomas. McCall was very brave, and Thomas was high. Studs right into McCall, and the referee, you have to say, was absolutely right. McCall happily is okay. Cottee is still bubbling inside, I'm sure, having got the first goal of the game for Everton. Free kick to Tottenham. Paul Allen fouled. Stewart, and he just in fact took the ball away from Mabbutt, who was arriving behind him. Stewart wasn't to know that. Well, it was a genuine attempt to play the ball by Thomas, but it was construed as something of a shove on Ebrell. Atterveld to take the free kick. He came to England describing himself as the hardest player from Holland. Seen any real toughness in his work so far. Sharp flicks on. Oh, it's another slip by Allen. Beagrie. Well, I don't know whether Tottenham have put on the wrong set of boots, but the loss of balance, particularly in their own penalty area, has had a major effect on this game so far. McCall. play it back. The Tottenham fans want the ball to go in the other direction. Lineker. Oh, he took it beautifully in his stride. That was encouraging for Spurs. Sharp. Thomas, and Coffey thought he might pick that one off, but it reached Mabbott, who tries to carry the fight to the opposition now. Stopped though by Atterveld's interception. Thomas. Samways. Will Stewart collect this one? He will. Paul Stewart for Spurs, and a goal for Lineker. With 24 minutes gone, Gary Lineker reminds Everton of what he did so well for them, putting the ball in the opposition's net. But Paul Stewart, great credit, and also Samways before him.
23 minutes and 54 seconds.
Stewart from Samways' incisive pass, and Southall had to make the save. Lineker followed in. And on a day when one's thoughts are turning to the World Cup, that was a piece of penalty area poaching from Lineker. It was very much in the Mexico vein. And it takes Gary Lineker into double figures for the season. It's Sedgley for Spurs. Thomas, whose good work this season has earned him a new 3-year contract. Samways. Everton working very hard to stop Tottenham's progress. And really the credit for the ball being given away by Sedgley should go to the group of Evertonians who were harassing and hassling right down on the near touchline in front of us. Ratcliffe. Sharp. Mabbott took it on the body. Lineker, and Atterveld served his side crucially then. Everall losing out to Thomas. There's something on for Spurs here if they play it right. Samways. Oh, brilliant flick by Lineker, matched by the save from Southall. Really super stuff from Spurs. But Southall was there to stop a thrilling end to a thrilling move. If you're an Everton fan, it was a thrilling end to it anyway, because Southall kept the ball out from Lineker. Ratcliffe. Oh, and if Sharp wins that, there's a chance for Sheedy. Oh, my word! If there was one left foot you had to choose in the English First Division to put the ball away in that position, Kevin Sheedy's would top the list. He anticipated that Sharp would win the ball, did everything right until then. A real let-off for Tottenham. Samways. And they're looking to perhaps celebrate it by going in front themselves. Lineker's dummy read by Watson. Ratcliffe. Sheedy, anxious to make amends. Everall. Oh, and Thomas really wasn't aware, I don't think, that thought he was going to pinch the ball from him. McDonald. Everall. Four waiting in the middle for Everton. Everall attacking Thomas. Slapped away by Sedgley. Atterveld. Oh, and the flag has stayed down. Graham Sharp for Everton. Torsfett, great handling. Well, Tottenham, having equalised and taken what they thought was a grip on the game, have allowed Everton 2 good chances in the last couple of minutes. Torsfett not called upon the first time from Sheedy, but he was then from Graham Sharp. Well, of all the passes Gascoigne has ever played, that must be one of the strangest. Ball went straight up into the air. Whether it was a touch of seasonal goodwill to Everton, I don't know. No goodwill, though, shown by Torsfett. It was a good, hard piece of professional goalkeeping here to stop Graham Sharp putting Everton back in front. McCall losing Samways, looking for Sharp, flicked off Mabbutt. That's Spigri over the top. Well, Everton might, at the end of the afternoon, look back on this particular spell with some regret. 3 strikes at Torsfett's goal, only once the goalkeeper called upon to make a save. Stewart. No offside. Lineker forced wide though by MacDonald. Tottenham filling the centre. Stewart found the cross a little too deep for his liking, but Samways can turn it back in again. Looks instead for Thomas. Well, the ball did curve. It was always looking too high from the right boot of Thomas. Spigri. Now MacDonald. Was calmly defused by Gascoigne, who'd given the ball away in the first place. Now it's Tottenham's turn. Howells. Everything right of him. Stewart. Sharp coming back, Stewart going on. Thomas earning the corner off Atterbell. We're into the final minute of the first 45, and Tottenham have a corner. Terrific leap by Mabbutt, and Lineker wasn't just watching in admiration, he was trying to apply a finishing touch. Brandon Howe with a bit of chiding from the Everton fans who used to cheer him. Stewart! Well, the long throw almost led to Tottenham getting their noses in front right on half-time. Really hurled in by Brandon Howe. And it ran on for Stewart. It was an awkward bounce. Gascoigne trying to start it from deep. There's scarcely time, one would think, for another Tottenham attack. Sheedy, who likes playing in the middle of midfield, more usually found, of course, wide on the left. Brandon Howe. Lineker, the 2 former Everton players almost getting in each other's way. Beagrie for Cottee. And that was the sensible thing to do, to play it back as the whistle goes for half-time. Gary Lineker has a goal to savour against his old club, particularly as it was Tottenham's equaliser, and Tony Cottee, who was Lineker's one-time England understudy, a role he hopes to fulfil again. He put Everton in front after a slip by Gary Mabbott. Kevin Sheedy missed a great chance for Everton before half-time. It's been an invigorating first 45 minutes, and it's Tottenham 1, Everton 1. Everton start the second half. They'll remember that they came here in April and scored first but lost 2-1. They won't want the same thing to happen again. Tottenham's plans disrupted, though, at half-time. Vinnie Samways has stayed off. Gudni Bergson, the Icelander, is on wearing number 14. Atterveld. Watson. McCall. Now Sharp. Atterveld. Cottee, has it run for him? It's Sharp with a shot, and a thumping one. The goalkeeper just recovered, because Sheedy was very nearly left with an open goal. Graham Sharp got absolutely everything behind that. And so too, in a different sense, did Erik Thorstvedt. It was too hot to hold the first time. Mabbott. Here's Bergson. Although there's been plenty of inventive play from midfield so far in the second half. Not too much around the goals, just that thunderbolt from Sharp. Maybe something here that Everton can put together. Ebrel. McCall. McDonald hasn't wasted any opportunity to get forward from left back. Beagrie. Allen with the counter-attack. Lineker. Stewart! Spurs sweep upfield to take the lead. And this time Lineker makes a goal for Stewart. The roles are reversed. Paul Allen really recognised the opportunity that Tottenham had with some busy work to get them on their way, and it was swept in thrillingly by Stewart on the run. He's now scored in his last 3 games here, and Tottenham are taking to Paul Stewart. 2-1. Half an hour left. Everton want to hit back. Ebrel. Oh, Spurs playing at home, but really hitting on the break then. Sheedy, it's a difficult one for Thorstvedt. That wasn't an easy save by any means. And Sheedy on target from outside the penalty area when he was off target towards the end of the first half from much closer in. Beagrie's corner. Thorstvedt, who's very confident coming off his line. Paul Stewart certainly in a good spell at the moment after a sluggish start to the season. Well, with Sharp and Cottee operating pretty well together. But the top scorer is a substitute, and Mike Newell is limbering up and will surely get the call. But it may well be as a third striker. That should be Mabbotts, and is. But the header was rather a strange one. And Graham Sharp can make it 2-2, and Tortsvet again equal to the power in the right foot of Graham Sharp. Tottenham caught operating in a line at the back, and Sharp roared past them. And Tortsvet again justifying the award that he received only a few days ago from the Tottenham supporters. And Graham Sharp, with only one goal to his name this season, will be wondering when they're going to start going in again for him. Gascoigne. There's not much margin for error for Everton now. Allen. Still Paul Allen. The ball hasn't gone out yet. Bergson. Thomas. All got a little tight for Tottenham. And that was a push by Stewart. And Everton wanted to make the substitution at the free kick, but the players very anxious to get on with the game, as they might well be in this situation. 2-1 down. Newell will replace Eberl now. Well, Mike Newell made a terrific start to his first season with Everton. He did score against Tottenham in the 2-1 win in August. He's just been out of the goals in recent games, but here he is. Newell incidentally good enough to be picked for England B, who will play their Yugoslavian counterparts next Tuesday. Gascoigne in that squad as well. McCall. Ratcliffe. Sharp and Cottee staying through the centre, and Newell operating so far wide on the right-hand side. 17 minutes left. McDonald. Here's Atterveld. It's going to drop over Sedgley into the stride of Sharp, and pay tribute to the goalkeeper, who came out quickly enough to make it very difficult for Sharp. Sharp had to lift it over Tortsvet and make it drop, but it only dropped once it had gone over the bar. Oh, and Vanden Hauwe was lucky that didn't stick with Newell. Stewart, well, that's a measure of his mood. It's the sort of Paul Stewart that Manchester City fans knew and loved, but hasn't been seen too often at Tottenham. The price tag has been something of a handicap. But he's playing in such a positive way now. Is it going to be a Gascoigne special? Well, he's seen Howells unmarked, and that was blocked by Beagrie, and Everton very nearly punished for a loss of concentration. David Howells is a good clean striker of the ball, as he showed then. but he couldn't get it through the forest. McDonald. Well, Atterveld took it on the chest. Sheedy finding room in midfield again. It's an interesting run by Newell. Now Sedge's out of the middle, and Sharp and Cottee are waiting in there if Everton can get the ball in. McCall. Everton were claiming a free kick and rather flat-footed for a moment. Stewart is down hurt. Bergson. Gascoigne. Tottenham still going on, although Paul Stewart is certainly out of the picture at the moment. A free kick to Spurs. And Stewart will want to be involved now, although he would recognise, as Everton would as well, that there's a real chance that Gascoigne might go for goal here. It was close enough to bring the ooh from the crowd, but Southall's main preoccupation was getting the ball back into play. As he's done all afternoon, trying to meet it, but unsuccessful that time. Gascoigne. This has been a match in which he's been a major influence, as he can be. McDonald. Atterveld. Aiming for Newell. Abbott with a decisive leap. Tottenham, given their problems in home games in recent matches in the First Division, really can't afford to relax. Been a match of fine margins. Sheedy. Well, that miss in the first half will really haunt him if the scoreline stays this way. He's certainly done plenty to try and make amends. It swerved, it dipped, but it was over. Torsvet legitimately using up time. He clearly can't take the goal kicks. Maybe Kieran Barrett will add on a little bit of extra time for that. Time that Tottenham might put to good use. Allen, offside. It's the last minute now. Everton have played a big part in a highly competitive game, which has had some splendid moments. But 2 of the 3 goals have gone Tottenham's way. Stewart. Not finished yet. Lineker! He was onside. Southall won the day that time. He won that battle, but it looks like Tottenham's war. Allen. Gascoigne. Taking on Watson. Paul Gascoigne, and Southall prevented one of Gascoigne's classics. But Everton have lost some of their shape, understandably, in the quest for an equaliser. Lineker, it's Mitchell-Thomas through the middle, it's Southall again. A rousing finish. to a rumbustious game. Ratcliffe. The whistle's gone, Tottenham have won. Paul Stewart settled it in the second half with a splendidly worked goal, which was made for him by Gary Lineker, who brought Spurs back into the match in the first half with the equaliser. Tony Cottee had sent Everton into an early lead. A touch of deja vu for Everton, who lost here 2-1 last April. But the sort of win that could be such a boost for Tottenham as they try to climb the table again and get in amongst the championship challengers. A final score at White Hart Lane, it's Tottenham Hotspur 2, Everton 1.